Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Sonder Social. I'm Malika. I will be leading you through your social this evening. I am dialing in from San Francisco, where the Super Bowl is happening this weekend. So the city is buzzing right now. But unfortunately, I've been working all day, so and I haven't stepped outside. But I'm very excited to be with you all this evening. And with me is Maya. She'll be kind of helping answer any questions you might have in the chat. And just kind of be with you this hour. She's saying hi from Denver. And we are so excited to both be here with y'all tonight. Just as a refresher, make sure to set your chat to everyone. Sometimes Zoom auto defaults to host and panelists, but we want to make sure that you have that set to everyone. And if there's anybody who's new to Sonder Socials, I would love for you to say I'm new in the chat. We want to give you a warm welcome. And I see a lot of returning folks here. So I'm excited to welcome Margaret, Doris. Welcome, welcome. We love newbies at Sonder Socials. Heather, welcome all. I'm so excited for y'all to join us. We are very, very active in the chat. So make sure to keep your eyes on the chat. It moves really fast. It can be a little overwhelming, but just remember this hour is for you. It's the best way to kind of get the most out of your journal. And it is always fun to welcome more folks here at these socials. Yes, Andrea says it the best, fastest hour in my day. We do a lot in this hour. So, okay, well, with that, we'll go ahead and start off with the guidelines. Okay, one second. All right. So, just as a refresher, be kind and courteous to yourself and others. No promotions or spam. Respect everyone's privacy. No hate speech or bullying. Any product or accessory questions or customer care inquiries can go to hello@siliconsonder.com. And especially these journaling-ish, more creative activities that we do here at Silicon Sonder, like these Sonder socials are the best way to get the most out of it. So, you'll see, obviously, we have prompts and we have blank pages in our journal, but I typically add a lot more questions for us to dive a little bit deeper, help you with some of the form, like maybe like a format or kind of different ways to interpret the prompt so that you can kind of take it in a more personalized direction that works for you. So that is all the community guidelines for this hour. And let's start talking about the month's theme of belief. So Maya and I, we just had a chat before this, and she actually reminded me that sometimes I do need to believe in myself. Like tomorrow, I have a job interview for a really important tech company, and I am stressing out because I'm not feeling super, super prepared. I obviously have imposter syndrome, and it was for a job I didn't even apply for, so even more scary. But it is a reminder that if the world is handing me these opportunities to interview, it means that I need to try. I'd rather try and like try my best and see how it goes, and otherwise, it's just a step closer to the next thing, you know? So I think that's kind of how I interpret a lot of things in life. So I'm very excited, but nervous, and reminders to believe in yourself. And this theme is very on brand for me. But I think also with belief, I feel like last month's was alignment, this month's is belief. And I think they really go hand in hand. And I think alignment was really good to reflect on your values, but belief is also kind of zooming in and remembering, okay, you just need to have some faith in yourself sometimes. And I think oftentimes we are our own worst critic, and it's important to remind yourself that you can get through anything. So, just a way to think about belief. And I know on the page 2 of the journal, there's always a letter, and one part of the letter that really stuck out to me was I think Meha says it really well. It was like something about becoming. Where is it? I'm trying to find it now. Yes. So this month, I encourage you to soften into your own becoming. What if your desires weren't too much, but just waiting to be met? What would it look like to believe in your future even before you see the proof? So sometimes we just need to believe, and just know that it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen, but it will happen. You just have to think about it that way. So. We'll kind of move forward here, and I'll introduce us to the agenda. Sorry, it's getting a little dark, so I'll turn on the lights. Okay, opening activity. We'll start off with the opening activity, then, which is a really fun one. I'm excited for you all to do that one. Then we'll move into a letter to your inner believer on page 15, and then the keys of confidence. All right. Okay, so for the opening activity, turn to a blank page and in your journal. And from there, we're going to think of this belief anthem, okay? So think of a song that makes you feel unstoppable. What's that one track, the moment it plays, makes you stand a little taller and believe in your own power? So when you guys were joining, I played my belief anthem, which is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. It's a classic, right? It's been around for a couple decades now, but there's something about that song that just like it makes me reflect and it always makes me feel like unstoppable. And even though like I don't know, it's just there's something about that song. And I want you guys to reflect on kind of what that song is for you. So yeah, and then here are kind of the three things I want you to reflect on. So for each, once you find that song for you, what is that feeling? So what specific emotions rise up in your body when the song plays? Think about the sensations, where it's happening. The truth is, what is one truth about yourself that the song reminds you of? Think about kind of a sentence that's really grounding and really you feel it with like pure conviction. And then the action is if you leaned into the message of the song this week, what is one bold action you would take? So think about kind of what that is for you. What is that action? For me, even though I'm feeling stressed, I'm going to remember that the rest is still unwritten, and I'm going to just try my best and show up in the world the way I normally do and just, do my very best. And that's all I can do. So, that is wow, I love all these songs. Everyone's popping it in the chat. It is just going off right now. So I need to read through. But I'm excited to see what you all write and how you all reflect on your belief anthem. So I'll give you all a couple minutes and then we'll move on to the next activity. All right. We will now move forward to the next activity. I hope it kind of inspired you to really think about what that pump up song is for you. It's always fun to see kind of what you choose in the chat. I think we need like a playlist going. It sounds like we have a whole playlist of beliefs anthems that we need to listen to this month when we're not believing in ourselves. So, oh my gosh, I love it. Who dropped this? Wow. There's so many songs. Okay, amazing. Um, sorry. We will now move forward to the next activity, and it is a letter to your inner believer. So go ahead and flip the page to page 15, to this letter page. I love when we have a page where we can just write a letter. I always feel like I rip them out after the month is over and I save them because it's kind of like I don't know. There's something about writing a letter to yourself that's really intimate. So, this is a great activity. It'll be a nice way to kind of think about what we'd say to ourselves. And I kind of provided a template that you can maybe, if you're feeling like, I don't know where to start, here is like kind of an example template, of how you can structure this. So, kind of write to a part of yourself, and just maybe start off with the things that were harder to acknowledge. So when belief wasn't so easy, try to think about kind of moments where you didn't feel like you believed in yourself, maybe, or times where clarity was missing or choices you made without guarantees. Think about the ways that this kind of part has supported you. So maybe think of typically when we're like reflecting, I feel like we think about kind of our lowest time when we were really tested, and then you kind of leaned on your believer to really navigate you through. So think about how she's protected you from giving up, and maybe acknowledge it. Say what you never had a chance to say, and then offer kind of reassurance for what's ahead. So I wrote out my letter to my inner believer, and I started off with like, I don't know what the future holds, and I'll admit it's a little scary to not know who I'll be. So I started off kind of like scary, but I think I transitioned it into kind of reflecting on how present me is a lot stronger than past me. And over the past couple of years, I've done a lot of growth. I think 2024, I say this often with you all, like 2024 was my kind of my lowest my adult life, and it was really difficult for me. 2025 was kind of my rebuild, and now 2026 is when I'm finally feeling like I've got this. Like I'm happy, I'm feeling empowered, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling positive about what's to come. And I think I think I also mentioned how like my career is all about problem solving. I'm a product manager in tech, so like that's all I do. I focus on problems all the time. So I tend to do that in my everyday life too, but something about it's not always easy to like manage, right? Like it's a lot harder when it's like your personal life that you're kind of solving for. So, it's important to remember that you also need to have an element of belief in yourself, and that is what's really going to navigate me and be my guiding light. So that's kind of what I reflected on for my belief letter. And yes, Maya said it best. You can always use pencil. Maybe you want to write it on a scratch paper, or you're like me, just dive in and all the thoughts just come to the page. So think about kind of what you're going to say to your inner believer, and be honest. There's no point in being a perfectionist here. Like, no one is looking at this. Like, I want you to get honest. And just remember, it's not always kind of your inner believer is typically not the loudest voice in your head. It's or the most confident voice in your head. It's the quieter one. So think about kind of that part of you that stays when things are uncertain or uncomfortable or unfinished. So really kind of open up to that person in you, that her, and reflect. So I'll give you all some time and we will regroup in a few minutes. just want to check in for a little bit. I'll give you all a couple more minutes. I know this is like probably the most writing intensive activity for this evening, so I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes to wrap. But I love what you all are sharing in the chat. I'm glad you're feeling like inclined to start this letter. I know it's like this one for me, like some of my letters I know like have been a lot more emotional. This one was more kind of empowering. So I hope that you feel kind of empowered as well. So I will give you all a minute or two, and then we'll regroup for the next activity. All right. Oh, I'm loving reading what you guys are saying in the chat about how this letter, how it kind of resonated with you, and how it was like kind of maybe a timely activity, and just really feeling comforted about that inner believer. And just, I don't know, it felt really, I just love reading through how you reflected and how this experience was for you. So thank you all so much for kind of sharing all that. And yeah, I think Bridget said in the chat, I just want to call it out because it's so true. While writing this, sitting here thinking about everything I've been through and already navigated, that enough should say we are strong. Sometimes it takes activities like this for us to see. I agree. I think oftentimes we're so tied up in our day to day, it's really hard to zoom out and really be reflective on like what we've gone through. And I think I also am terrible at this. Like a lot of my coworkers like always compliment my like work ethic or whatever or stuff I do at work. And I like don't sometimes I genuinely don't believe it. And so I just kind of dismiss it and I need to not be like that anymore. You know, sometimes I should internalize it and really think about it, and recognize it and be okay. And it's okay, even if you feel like you're not the biggest believer in yourself, or maybe you feel like you're not as strong as you like want to be. Maybe reach out to that person that's going to be strong, that you're going to be, like even it's really hard to believe in yourself sometimes, especially when you're like not feeling your full confident self, but like it's in there. It's in you. You've gotten yourself so far. Like it's within you, whether you believe it or not, like she's there. So thank you all for spending this time with us. And we will now move forward to the next activity, which is the keys of confidence. Okay, so we've already kind of reflected on our inner believer. And I think this is a great segue into, the keys of confidence activity. So I did mine. These affirmations are really specific to me. So I wrote these and they really resonated with me. So this is my page, but yeah, we're on page 21. And I also wanted to provide some examples if you were feeling like you didn't know what to write in the key. So here are some kind of themes, and I've bucketed into themes. So courage affirmations, worthiness affirmations, strength affirmations, self-trust affirmations, joy and expansion affirmations, and belief and becoming affirmations. So this is kind of, you don't have to use these at all, but this is kind of a starter if it's going to help you jog some affirmations for you. So I will go ahead and give you all some time to write out your keys of confidence and share with us in your chat in the chat those affirmations. I would love to see them, and we'll regroup in a few minutes. Thank you. All right, we're nearing the end of the hour, which is actually insane. So thank you all so much for spending this hour with me and Maya. I know, Alice, what? It's already been an hour. That's what they said. Like Andrea said it in the beginning, it's the fastest hour of your life. It always is. So thank you all so, so much for spending this hour with me. It is now dark. The sun has set, so it's time to sign off. Thank you so much all for all the well wishes for my interview tomorrow. I'm stressing out, but I'm very excited for you all to kind of go into the rest of your weekend. Oh, and thank you for the compliments for my view. I know it is why I signed my lease. But thank you all so, so much for spending this hour with yourselves. I want you to believe in yourselves. You already have drafted your keys of confidence. You are ready to power through your weekend. So I'm so excited. Make sure to share your pages with us, especially those keys of confidence. I feel like that's a fun one to share. So make sure to share those pages. And just a couple reminders, we have our life coach product, Jenny. She's great. She helps us with everything in life. So make sure to check that out. We also have this birthday bash exclusive event on February 18th. So make sure to check that out. Maya will drop in the link for that. And yes, I can go once we wrap up, I'll go back to the beginning because I know that some wanted to see the opening activity. But thank you all so, so much for all the well wishes. Thank you. What a supportive group. Maybe I did need to tell you all because I was nervous. And now you all make me feel like I got this. Let's go. If anything, it's a step closer in the right direction, right? So I'm very excited for this weekend. I hope that you all have a great rest of the month as well. And I will see you at my next social, which is Sunday, I believe. So make sure to come in on Sunday. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you next time.